Look what I got in the mail after a little delay from Hurricane Harvey here in the Houston area. But it got here safe and sound. Look at that nice solid copper Prometheus Lambda spinning top with the ruby bearing for the spinning surface. It's like a dark red, almost like a pink, depending on the light going through it. Looks very nice, very sharp. I had the brass version previously, and I gave it to a relative, and they love it. So I figured it was time to get a new one. I kind of missed this one. Pretty good sized little top, about 1 inch in size. Compared to this one right here, it's about 1.25 inches. Little JL Lawson machine spinning top, one of their lower end tops, but still pretty cool. Next to the old tippy top, they're about 12 bucks online. It's a cheaper top, but they're cool. They spin up on their end. Pretty sweet little tops. Let me give it a spin. Not the best spin in the world. I'm sure I'll get a good time on this. I was playing with it earlier. I think one of the first spins I got like an 11-minute spin on it. Not bad. And it was a lousy spin too. So I'm sure this spin I'll probably get about, I'd say at least 10 minutes, maybe 9. Wasn't the best spin ever, but once it steadies up, sits in place and conserves energy and spins, I think we'll be good. Now, this is like a little cheap $5 concave magnification mirror you can buy at Walmart. It also has a flat side on the other side. Some people use these little glass optic things you can get on Amazon for like $9 or whatever. I think it's like 75 millimeters or something like that. A lens. They're okay, but they're very easy to spin and it flies off or whatever. And I think they're just too curved, and they don't work so well with all tops. I think the flatter the spinning surface, the better. So the only thing is you'll have travel. If you have a concave type spinning surface, they'll settle in the middle and you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. But I would say a flat surface is always better if you have, depending on the amount of room and space that you have. So these are great tops. I've the brass version, which weighs a lot less. You know, I was getting at least 12-minute spin times on that. I'm shooting for a 14 to a 15-minute spin time on this brass version, the solid brass version. We'll see if I can do it. I saw a guy that has a tungsten version, which are super rare. I think he got a 18+ minute spin or something like that. It wasn't the best spin in the world. It was a pretty rough spin. It banged against the side and everything else, and still he got an 18+ minute spin. Honestly, think if I had a tungsten, I could probably get a 20+ minute spin with the right surface and environmental conditions. The fan is turned off, the air conditioning to the house and the draft and all that stuff is turned off. The surface is super clean, flat, level is a big thing. So, as we see here, it's starting to settle. This was kind of a rough spin on my part. I think it's gonna settle down. It's still kind of doing this whole thing. We'll see how it goes. I didn't hit the timer, so I'll have to go back and check the video to see what the time is, but I'm sure it won't be a terrible spin. I'll record some of my more proper spins and I'll upload those later. We'll see how high of a spin I can get with the solid brass version of this Prometheus Lambda top. I'm thinking a 14 or 15 minute spin can easily be done with this top. But yeah, great tops. I think this one is in the $100 range. You got the solid brass, You got the ruby on the bottom, very high-end, very, it's a beautiful top, very high-end, but it's also considered a performance top. So it looks good and it works good. That's the thing that's important to me. Looks are cool and everything. Like this one, right? But it's not really a performance top. The blue and everything is cool, but it's just a ball bearing and aluminum top. Now they do have higher end versions of their tops, but they're in the couple or few $100 range. I think that these are the best value you can buy in the top world, the Prometheus Lambda tops. There are a lot of really cool looking tops and stuff like that, but man, they're expensive, $300 plus for some of the really good ones, which is nice and everything, but I feel that these are the perfect value and balance in the top world. Don't get me wrong, I like to collect some of the cooler ones and all that stuff, but I think that these are kind of the best deal you can get on a performance and very good looking spinning top. Now, if I want to get the tungsten one, that's a different story. That's around $200 or so, but you get what you pay for. The tungsten will spin a lot longer if that's what you want to do. So I'm hoping I can land one of those in the future. Yeah, this top's still spinning pretty well for my kind of goofy spin I threw out there, but it's doing okay. I don't think I'm going to have a super long spin on this one, but I will record those and upload those later. But yeah, just a little unboxing. Comes in a nice little box here if you want to give it as a gift to someone. Looks really nice. Comes in the mail. A little square thing like this. Kind of hard to show you because the camera is so close up to the top. But very nice. Very well packaged. Nice looking top. It's a lot heavier than the brass version. I think the brass is around 0.87 ounces, and this one I think is around 1.2 something ounces. So it's this top is significantly heavier than the brass version, so that should, in theory, result in better spin times, if you have enough power in your hands and you're not a wimp, right? So we'll see how that goes for me, and I'm going to try to break 14 or 15 minutes on the spin times for this guy. But I'm rambling on. What else do I have to tell you? I'm not trying to have you sit here and listen to me the whole time the top spins. As you can see, it can spin for quite a while. Beautiful top, though. Let me get in closer. Look at that. It's just a nice top. Pretty cool. Lovely top, though.